We're on Cardiff Bay. I'm out of breath already. All our stuff. It does feel like I'm cycling with a motorbike.
So this is officially the beginning of our trip. Getting some footage at the beginning. Getting some footage. Coral's got more on her bike than we've ever done. So classic. Oh, come on, Zebby, stay with me a second, mate. Stay with me. So classic, really good planning is we're leaving with more than we've ever carried. And in the first day, we've got to do more than we've ever done in one day. So that should be really nice and easy. Definitely A1 planning tip. So Coral's got all of our clothes both sides, she's got all of our cooking stuff on top, and she's got the sleeping bag for her. I've got all of our sort of electronics, bits and bobs, handy stuff, sleeping bag, tools, and I've got our tent. Loads of dog food. We've got like 3 kilos of dog food because Zeb's quite fussy, and so we need to at least last until we can start moving him over to something that we can get more readily in all the mainstream shops. So let's get a few miles under our belt and see where we get to. Okay, so this is us on the cycle route going through Cardiff looking for Bute Park. Now, we used to do this when me and Coral first met 10 years ago. We were cycling around here, but 13 years ago now. So we're all a bit hazy on the directions. Just coming into Bute Park. We've just come out of the city, which, even though it's quite familiar, is still a little bit overwhelming when you live in the country all the time. We've just pretty much zoomed through all of Bute Park and just completely put it in the dust behind us. For us, it was a bit nostalgic, having a little look off at where Coral used to live and where we used to hang out. And then we've got more and more of this beautifully smooth taff trail to try and get under our wheels before we find somewhere safe to camp tonight. So we're just coming up to the 5 mile point. It's been very quick. We are not used to such flat, smooth terrain.
Oh, I know.
It's just like, oh, Zeb's halfway to his maximum. So give him another 5 and then see if he needs to go in the trailer.
So
He's going to put his helmet on.
we took a little bit of a wrong way. A little detour. But yeah, definitely hit the bit where Zebby needs to go sit down now. I'm not tired though, so if he sits in that for a while, we could clear some ground if it's flat.
And then he's got this waterproof and the towel to sit on. How do I look on the helmet?
You look cute. Yes. What do you reckon, mate? Alright, baby.
Even leave you a bit of hoodie.
Oh, what's Daddy doing for you?
Got his thing already into the middle, ready to tie on.
Well, should we get him in and see if he goes? Yep.
So, got the new stylish helmet on. And we are 14 and a half miles into the route. We've just come across this nice handy sign. And, it's directing us over another motorway, dual carriageway section. It's still not countryside enough for me. So, I think that's pretty much getting to the end of day one as much as we could do.
6.5 hours.
6.5 hours.
Did we stop?
Oh yeah. We stopped. We had to stop in a couple of shops, and we went the wrong way for 1.5 miles. It was on a national cycle route, but not number 8. Got a little bit confusing by Pontypridd.
It's just closing your side, isn't it?
Yeah, we're good. So how far did you say we've gone? 20?
24 miles.
24 point something miles.
40.
So, oh, that's not even nearly 25, is it? But you can round up to 25. I'm going to round up to 25 miles. But 25 miles is more than we've done in a day. And that's definitely the heaviest we've ever been. But the first part of it was definitely the flattest we've ever cycled.
It was really flat. It was only got uphill that last bit.
Oh yeah, I think I can switch this round and do a bigger, small background as well.
This is saying we've done 1,300 foot.
Elevation increase. Awesome. So where are we? The Gap.
The Gap.
So apparently this is called The Gap. You're going to get some quality narrating out of me when I'm knackered.
I know.
It's going to be long pauses and then stating the obvious. Awesome. Awesome. Oh. Oh dear. Okay.
Sorry, I had to interrupt for that.
Well, yeah, I was about to have this beautiful little speech about the sunshine and these beautiful trees and the fact that we found this nice path to go up, but how the fuck do we get our bikes through there? Well, it kind of ties into what I was saying of, with all this weight on, the bikes have morphed from these agile, useful, nimble machines into really quite a challenging thing to get around in when you're faced with something like this. Okay, well, it would be unpack everything and put it back on the bikes pretty much, wouldn't it? Okay, well, I'll let you know what we did.
We've already started packing down. We forgot to take a video. Hiding our bikes. Say a tired hello. Hello. We didn't sleep in a tent that looked like that. Did we get any shots of this view yesterday? Coming back now. Try not to drop my bike. Our imaginations like to go wild. Predict it's an underground bunker. Just needed to get it from this angle.
Well, we were just talking about how we couldn't really believe, even when we'd read it and watched some videos, that there was going to be 50 miles of such lovely smooth path. If you actually just stick on the Taff Trail, and if you were staying in bunkhouses or you were quick enough that you could get up into Brecon in one day, you've got mostly completely maintained smooth pathways. Really nicely signposted. You can see those there, more nice signs. So, afternoon of day 2. You look gorgeous, baby. You give Zeb 2 seconds in the sunshine and he's asleep. Poor boy. You've been working hard, haven't you, mate? So, beginning of day 3, and we've made the executive decision to not do any cycling today. We're going to nip into town and address our charging issues. We need a solar panel. We need to be able to charge on the move, really, because we're using all our devices so much. But last night everything had run out. a very tired and therefore relaxed start to day 3 of cycling Lon Las Cymru. We stayed on a paid campsite last night, just above Merthyr. So we carried on up the cycle route, and instead of following it round where we would have had to do quite a few more miles before we got into the open, we took a little turn off and went about 3 miles up this road, which ended up being quite a main busy road, but we did it anyway because we got to a campsite that had fairly normal prices, £10 a head and £1 for doggo, compared to some of the other ones which were asking crazy prices and 2 nights minimum and things like that. On the first night we stopped a little bit below Mountain Ash and over here in a place called the Gap, and we had to go on a pedestrian underpass that was all stairs, and it was one of those, it looks like it's only up that hill, and then when you got to the top of that hill there was a corner and then another flight of stairs, but we'd committed, so we did it anyway. We'd come across a fence that was all locked up, and the only way to get our bikes and stuff over was to completely take everything off, all the panniers off. We managed to get the trailer over in one piece with the bits that were in it. An experience of going somewhere that isn't a designated cycle route, I guess. But then even on the main cycle route down in a couple of spots, they've got some of the bits that are supposed to stop mopeds and motorbikes taking shortcuts, and they're quite challenging with a trailer because of course usually the bikes can go around in a tight corner but that is all part of the fun of taking your dog with you. And Zebby's going to have to spend more time in the trailer, and he really kind of needs an off day today because he's worn his claws down a lot quicker than we were hoping. Usually on the routes that we do around our hometown, most of the time Zeb's running around on grass and some rocks and you know, gravel paths, but I think the tarmac really just did a number on his claws, so we're going to have to be more mindful of that and make sure that he's running off the side of the path, make sure that he's on some nice soft mud or grass, and then hopefully today is going to give him a bit of time for his claws to repair.
Just a little video of Zeb's routine getting out. Daddy kisses.
Yep. Good boy.
We're going to collect some firewood as soon as we're at a campsite that we're actually allowed to put fire. I was going to, but Zeb won't come with me. It's getting cold, so we'll light the fire when we get back.
Get a bit of a warmth.
whole group of people up there.
Well, we just got back to the campsite, and one of the definite bonuses of having a trailer is being able to shove a load of extra firewood in when you spot it when you're coming back from the visitor centre. Coral's doing the important things. Except scratchy scratch. All of the licks, all of the licks. Oh yeah, he's a good boy.
It's back inside.
Done.
Good boy.
Yeah.
We love you. Night night.
Too cute.
Yes.